Superman and the Justice League are getting ready for DCKO. Meanwhile, Marvel put out a double, triple dosage of
Triple.
Ultimate books. We're going to talk about two, but there are a lot on a jam packed week where we're talking about 7
Oh,
comics because
Damn.
there were just too many to cut. So we'll tell you what those are in a moment. But before we do, of course, we've got Marco on deck.
Celsius.
Tyler.
hi.
And I'm
Nice.
Sean. Thank you for being here. Whether you are live or in the future, make sure that you smash that like button
Smash.
if you enjoy what we do. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. Helps us out a ton. Now, as I said, 7 books we're going to be talking about today. Those are Superman number 31, Justice League Unlimited number 12, Absolute Wonder Woman number 13. The winner of the poll, as ever, Green Lantern number 28.
This is the Green Lantern's 2017 Roman Reigns right now.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Ultimate Spider-Man 22, The Ultimates 17, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12, the finale of the Aaron Ferreira period on the book.
Yo, check out this variant I got.
Ooh, is that the what's his face?
Yeah, what's his face?
Shredder. That's his name.
Yeah.
Nice. I just realized that mine wasn't cover A, so now I'm tight.
I was about to say, I'm like, oh.
That's the one for Era cover though, so it's
Okay,
nice.
the better one.
At least there's that. Thank you guys for being here. I see all the comments, a lot of comments before we even started the show. So, excuse me.
Good.
Scared
Oh my God.
Oh.
Jeez.
Gracious. Thank you guys for being here. Let's jump right into it. Let's waste no time. Let's talk about Superman number 31. So we've got Joshua Williamson, but he is not joined by Dan Mora. He is joined by Eddie Barrows and Eber Ferreira, with colors by Alejandro Sanchez and letters by Ariana Mayer. So, what right out the gate, Superman has been a very, and I feel like between Superman, Justice League, and the DCKO issue and the special that came before, they've been really tight together. And so, like, even the first page here is a continuation of a conversation that we've been seeing throughout those issues. Superman spends time speaking to the AI version of his dad, I guess you could say, as we see the way in which, to see if his AI dad knows anything about the origin of the King Omega or Apocalypse or anything like that, while they prepare to evacuate the Earth for the DCKO event. Tyler, what'd you make of Superman 31?
I think AI. When you said AI dad, that scared the hell out of me. I'm like, oh, that's 2 years from now. I thought it was good. I'm on record as being an Eddie Barrows fan. I'm a real big. I like Eddie Barrows. I think, notably, Tinian's Detective Comics with where Tinian had the team of Bat family members, Clayface and Batwoman. Eddie Barrows is on that, and I really enjoyed that stuff. So it's cool to see like Eddie Barrows has kind of been, I want to say B artist, but I don't mean that as in B level, but like A and B, where him and Moore have almost been hopping back and forth. Eddie Barrows did some of the Lex stuff previously. So I'm fine with him being in this. And I actually like the issue. This is like a good tie-in issue. It adds a little more context to the main event book, but it contextualizes it in a way that still pushes the story forward for Superman, the title. Lois gets to do stuff in it. Mercy has a little bit of a conniving plan on the side. Who knows? And C.W. Gordon, who is robo-tripping now, apparently, is also right, saying my boy is back. And I assume you're talking about Superboy Prime, who continues to be a supporting character in this book. I really enjoyed this. This is what I want out of a tie-in comic, and it continues Superman's trajectory of being one of my favorite comics right now.
Yeah, I think echoing everything on the art front, this was a strong issue. I did notice the difference, but I think to your point, and I like the comparison you made. It's like an A and B. Like this is the other person that you kind of bring in, maybe not necessarily for because it's a different quality, but it's just like, hey, we're doing an event right now. These are the artists that you're gonna see and be
Yeah.
familiar with. So I did like that and agreed that typically you get I feel like you get pushed past a story when it comes to a tie-in issue, but because this is so close to what's been happening in the book, it doesn't feel like we've lost that momentum necessarily. So the fact that it's very well integrated into the current larger universe, I think, just makes this another chapter in the overall Superman story that we're telling. And in this case, it feels like, well, this is what he's up to and up against now. And so, yeah, I think overall strong issue. And I do like that Prime is returned. I was
Look
sad
out,
that
you're
I
a
thought
prime head now.
dude, I was sad that we were gonna leave him behind, and now he popped his head back up. And I love the last page reveal. That quote, so good.
Yeah. I also like because time's broken in this. Like he could have been there for a while already with the
Sure.
future Legion, but time's broken, so just bring him back the next issue. Like who cares?
Yeah, I thought this issue was really good, which I think Superman has been on a hot streak. We all know that. Um, I'm a big fan of tie-in issues. I like tie-in comics a lot because it gives you a different flavor or side or aspect of the event at large. And this is a part that I didn't really necessarily think the first issue of DCKO did great, showing you the lead into the fighting. I think that Superman does a much better job of it because the KO issue 1 had other responsibilities
Yep.
that were more important. Because this is a tie-in, you can sit with those things a little longer, and it's like, okay, now I like that more. Whereas that was an aspect where I was like, oh, they're evacuating Earth, that's dumb. But this one made that a little more palatable for me.
It also like it helps decompress the snapshots we had in TCKO. Like there's that bit where Superman wants to walk with his family, and we see what he did that day. That we had that in TCKO. I'm thinking of like Absolute Power, where like the tie-ins were necessary. Like the main plot was being pushed in the tie-ins. This is not doing that, but it's doing what I think a tie-in should do, or what I'm used to tie-ins doing from coming up during the Civil War era of Marvel.
Mhm. It's additive to some degree. It's additive. It
Yep.
explores. I like what you brought up, Sean, about it lets you sit with some of the moments that we had in uh, KO. And I only just caught up to that today. So seeing
Oh
the like
yeah.
what felt like fast pace of that to, oh, hey, wait, we're gonna linger here. I'm like, oh, you know what? I appreciate that because I
Uh,
didn't get that in the other one.
what'd you think of KO? Just since you were there for the episode, just a quick hit.
I thought it was a good introduction. I feel like if I hadn't been following the series, it would feel different,
Hmm.
but or like it'd feel a little maybe almost corny to walk right in, like, hey, we're gonna have this fight, got to build up the energy. But because I've been following and I'm invested in the larger story, it feels cool. Otherwise, actually, here, let me show you. I got this like flap cover.
Oh, the lenticular. No, is that not lenticular? That's
It's
the
not the lenticular.
There's a name for it. Sean, do you remember
I
what
don't
it's
know.
called?
No, but I do think that's cover A, Marco.
No, does it come with the flap?
I think so.
Marco
Oh,
always
okay.
keeps the plastic
Yeah, that's
on
right.
the front. Yeah, gotta make sure it's wrapped.
Uh, but I thought strong. I did feel the, hey, we have to
Sure.
catch everybody up. Here's
Yeah.
what we got to tell. Here's everything we have to explain to you. So I did feel that.
But then you get the context of what that happened in that book, in this book, like the whole
Yes.
evacuation stuff. Like, because
Yep.
that's like something that is a big element of the book. It's like the whole world is changing. We need to get everyone off this planet. How are we doing that? And it was kind of cool because it's calling back to Williamson's other stuff that's been in throughout Superman, like with the Brainiac ship. Remember they wanted to use Brainiac's technology to make Doomsday really small,
Hmm.
and like put him in a pocket bottle universe or something. So like we knew they had the technology, and it's cool seeing that come back here in a way that like Superman, even though it's LexCorp again, is cool with working with them.
Yeah.
Marco, I have a question, man. Did you pay money for that fucking Spectrum News 1 cup that you just took a sip out of?
I didn't actually. That's so funny that you clocked that. This is my job. This is one of the gifts they gave us. So shout out
Oh.
to Spectrum News.
Follow-up thing. You are promoting Spectrum News 1 by drinking out of that cup and not the Comics Pals, the company that you partially
Wow.
own.
Wow.
I am, fortunately.
No, Marco,
The
you
cup
got to spin this better. Come on, you got a job.
I even got the old
That's
logo,
insane.
dude. I
That's
just
insane.
washed my the new shirts
Underwear.
though.
Oh.
Wow.
Marco, what you got to say is you support free journalism and actual journalism in this political climate. That's how you spin that.
That exactly. Sorry.
Fuck that.
We'll get you media trained. Don't worry.
I appreciate it.
The conversation between Lois,
yeah,
and Jor-El, and then Lois and Lori, whatever.
Lara.
Those were interesting. They're trying to find out again whether or not there's information about Darkseid and Apocalypse and all that good stuff. And the Jor-El AI just keeps saying there's no knowledge. But she pushes past that, pushes past his insistence, and that causes Laura to come into play, and she has more of an answer. I think that's the only part of the issue that I didn't like. And it's because that didn't make any sense. I just don't really believe that asking the question in a different way caused the AI to freak out and Laura to come and actually have an answer. I don't feel like that's how AI would work. I don't think that the face you're talking to is relevant. I think it's just the face that it's putting on. And so that was really just dumb to me.
So I read it as, and Marco, you're the one who uses AI, so correct me if I'm wrong, but these are AI models based on the people that you're seeing. So the first one was Jor-El, and the second one is Lara. And in KO1, we had that Lara bit, or was it KO or was it the Prelude comic or whatever? But where Lara and Ursa are in the bowels of Krypton or something, and they see something. So Lara would have this knowledge. So if it's based on her AI or her memories, she would still have that. The bit where it's like, how did you ask the wrong questions and now you got the woman version? Like, how did that work out? But I'm not Kryptonian. I don't know how their AI works.
That felt like, oh, I'm asking. It was supposed to be like an emotional beat. I felt like you are somebody who cares for my son, loves him, and because of that, that activates like the motherly love protocol or something.
Got it. And it is a good bit because they actually called back to Bendis's run in this, where Lois says, I spent time with Jor-El. He's an asshole. It's
Can't
like
be trusted.
I figured we would never talk about that again. Like that whole thing was like, we don't touch that. But it was cool that they called that out because she never really actually got to communicate with Lara. So this is like a rare interaction between the two.
Yeah, strong, solid issue. A little bit of prime action. The great line at the end where he's like, "There's something you forgot about." The enemy says, "What's that?" And he says, "The last page reveal."
Yeah.
And it's because now Lois got blasted with power and she's going to be Superwoman again. So she's charged up.
One thing I wanted to call out with the Eddie Barrows art too is like there's a couple of pages here where there's no paneling. In so much that like the panels don't have form, they're just overlaid onto each other. The images are overlaid onto each other. And it almost feels poster-esque rather than traditional comic book paneling. But I kind of enjoyed it. I have 2 pages up on the screen here. One being, that's another one too, Marco. But one being the that's a good kiss that Eddie Barrows drew. I gotta say, it looks legit, but it's also overlaid with Superman flying over it. And then that one where Superboy Prime crashes, it kind of bleeds into the explosion with the negative space of the bottom panel. Even though they're not really panels, I appreciated the way it was storytelling.
Yeah. It very much distorts the page. I mean, you for that last one, I think you bring up a good point. Like you could very much consider this. Oh, he's literally in the page. He's causing a divot in what the folds of it look like.
Which is appropriate for Superboy Prime. Yeah.
So I was trying to talk about the last page reveal, which is that Superwoman has her powers again. That's a huge deal going into DCKO.
How did
She
she
fights?
How does she lose him again?
I think it was during the Doomsday, not the Doomsday fight, but the fight with those people who were coming to capture Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She had to like give them up.
But I don't see why Sunboy hitting her with
Sunboy
sun power would cause her powers to come back, because she got those powers from Zod after Absolute Power. And if I remember correctly, he got his powers back. Or well, they left her. If I'm pretty sure we saw them leave her, but I can't say for sure where they went. So I don't see why she would be reactivated by this.
Yeah, she should be dead.
Yeah.
Also, Sunboy sounds like a lost John Kent superhero name, but it's just a Legion character. It's also like this is like where my knowledge of Legion, maybe that has something to do with it that I'm just unaware of. But yeah,
For this character in particular.
Pull. Strong issue.
Yeah, easy pull for me.
Yeah, pull.
Not my pick of the week, but I will tell you guys this. My pick of the week is my book of the year.
Oh wow, Teenage Mutant Ninja
My
Turtles.
pick of the week is my favorite single issue of the year.
Okay, well I know what it is because it might be mine too. Yeah,
we'll see.
Might be
No
aligned
way.
here.
No
We'll
way.
see. Yes, way.
I really like Green Lantern this week, Marco.
We'll see.
See it. The audience voted, of course. Every single book we review on the show, we have a live poll that you guys can vote in, and give us your feedback. So 48% of you said pull, 25% said didn't buy or read. Pick of the week is 19%. Pass is 8%.
Huh. Strong.
Yeah,
Good numbers.
It's good numbers.
Entertain Me says, Sean, Lois' human skin can't absorb the sunlight radiation like Kryptonians can. Entertain Me, brother. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means.
That she has human skin, not Kryptonian. Kryptonian skin. The genetics are the fact that they're powered by the sun. She's not Kryptonian. She's but a person. She should have gotten burned.
This is that's the bit of Absolute Power that I hated, was the idea that like their powers can just be removed and it's like a thing, you know, almost like Data.
It's the same thing that the Cheshire and
Yep.
Cheetah book is dealing with. And Greg Rucka explicitly said in an interview he did with Word Balloon that DC Comics hates the fact that that stupid thing exists. That's just a box that has all the powers of the Justice League in it.
And that's been a thing for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should never been created, and I don't understand why Absolute Power was allowed to do what it does, given that that's how DC feels about that concept.
Maybe this is Rucka killing it.
Yes, yeah, probably. Very likely. Very likely. CW Gordon says, man, Ultimate Incursion was hilariously bad, so pointless.
Did you read it, Sean?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
Actually, I will answer that. So I did, because in order to read Ultimate 17, you needed to read Incursion first. And Incursion was absolutely dreadful.
I read it too. I put it as a slide at the end just in case. So if you want some hot takes later, we can.
Dude.
Yeah, we can get into that a little later on. If you are a member of our Patreon page, patreon.com/thecomics of any tier, that means that you have the ability right now to cast a vote in the book club poll. Now, because of the way this whole month has played out, we don't have a lot of time to get your votes in. So we're probably just going to have to close it on Friday, and whatever is winning at that point is what's going to be winning because we got to read the fucker. But you do have 4 really interesting options. Uzumaki, for those of you who have been asking for us to tackle a manga, it did get quite a few votes.
Manga.
So 30 Days of Night, Providence, and Ice Cream Man are your options.
Ice Cream Man's fun.
Providence, the way you've talked about it, it sounds too scary. I don't want to have nightmares. So
it's spooky. It's dense too.
Yeah, that would be tough. Like we would not be able to do. Well, I don't want to say that. No, I do actually. It would be very difficult to do Providence justice with the amount of time we have.
And without reading the other 2 kind of like parts that
there's
like there's like loose things to it. I feel like.
Well, I've never read those, so I can't even speak to that. I only ever read Providence.
Neonomicon, something else.
Yeah, it was confusing.
It's Lovecraftian shit, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. All right, let's shift these gears and talk about Justice League Unlimited number 12. This is by Mark Waid. Mark the Man Waid, with art by Dan Mora, letters by Ariana Mayer, who is apparently lettering every DC comic. Colors by Tamra Bonvillain. Look, this issue is a DCKO tie-in. It is, a lot of the evacuation stuff, trying to figure out, what these characters need to do. I don't even want to break down this issue. I want to immediately talk about the fact that on this 9-panel grid,
I have
page, fucking Batman Beyond, which, by the way, first of all, somebody pointed this out on Twitter, and I agree. I saw this page and I had jump scares because this shit took me back to Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah,
and I was very concerned.
Where's Wally West and Lagoon Boy, Harley Quinn?
Well, we had a Green Lantern on here. He doesn't say some dumb shit, thankfully, but Batman Beyond identifies himself as Tim Drake. Big problem.
No, that's accurate. That's Future's End. Batman Beyond is Tim Drake. And the other Batman Beyond is in the other Mr. Terrific team that is traveling the time ways right now.
But has the book ever shown that there are 2 Batman Beyond?
Yeah, because the other one's in the other book, and he's not Terry. I believe he's Terry.
Terry, not in the same book, but they're existing concurrently at the moment because of the time wonky stuff.
So you knew before reading this that there were two Batman Beyond?
Yeah, because this Tim Drake thing was Future's End. That was like a
but
big
I'm
deal.
Saying, the question I'm asking is, you knew before reading this comic that there were 2 Batman Beyond in mainline right now?
I assumed there had to be another one because the other one's somewhere else.
I didn't coming into this, but remembering that there was another floating around somewhere. I was like, wait a second.
To be fair, the cover is a little misleading because it also shows Ultra, the multi-alien, who's part of that other team. So I thought the cover I was on here was the Batman Beyond from that other team that's in time. He's not in this, so that Batman Beyond could be either. I don't even fucking know. There is 2 of them.
I don't know how you knew that. I don't know what comic showed that.
It was the special. It was hold on. Yeah, because
he calls himself Terry McGinnis.
Because it's it's the one with the Joshua Williamson creation. She's got the cowboy hat. Jonah Hex is in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. But he's Terry McGinnis in that.
In that, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, how did you know that this one existed in this continuity right now?
Like ahead of reading it.
Exactly.
Oh, no, but I just knew that if there's a Batman Beyond in this book, then it can't be the same one that's in the other book because they're somewhere else.
Okay, so you didn't know. That's all I was trying to ask you, is if you knew there were 2 prior to reading this comic book.
Prior,
So you
no, but
didn't
when
know.
when you read this, yeah.
Got it. That's all I was trying to find out. That shit was confusing. That was confusing. Clearly, I wasn't the only one confused because a lot of people
Yes,
on
internet's
social
pissed.
didn't understand this. It doesn't make any sense.
I think a lot of people just were unawares that Tim is Batman Beyond in a different universe too. I think that was
But
like
like
from a future state. Nobody really read that shit. So
anyone could, and that could be true of anyone. There could have been anyone there. The
Yeah.
problem is that the last time we saw Batman Beyond, it was Terry.
Sure.
So it threw everybody for a loop. This issue was all right. I didn't really care too much for this. It didn't feel like it had anything to say or really to add. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care about this.
I enjoyed this. I like the fact that in this issue, Mr. Terrific says, "Hey, you guys are anomalies. You've been plucked out from a microsecond, and you exist because time is fucked. And it doesn't matter what happens to you, you will cease to exist eventually." They are a Suicide Squad at this point. They're literally the Suicide Squad. They're going to be sent to hell. They all know they are not supposed to exist, and they will cease to exist. I thought it was a really interesting introspection into that. You have younger Power Girl leaving a message for her future self that I thought was really good. I thought the bit with Aquaman and where he goes, which you should Mr. Terrific should have stopped these guys from walking around aimlessly. But this Aquaman goes into like current Aquaman's living quarters and sees all this shit he has no idea about. Like he sees his original kid that I think Black Manta kills, which is leads to this version of Aquaman, right, Marco? The one with the hook hand.
I believe so.
Yeah. But then like knowing that he has a daughter in the future, and like I thought that was like really emotionally done well. Because like there's like, how do you have stakes for these characters when they're so out of continuity at this point? Like we already know where their end goal is, you know, because that's the present. So how do you play with the stakes? And I think they play with them nicely, knowing that like we already know what's going to happen to these guys, but let's see them come to terms with their futures and their pasts and all that. I thought that was fun.
I thought that it felt like it tried to make those connections, and while I see that, it didn't land for me because these aren't those ones, and they do only exist for this short amount of time. And so seeing that, like, in his version of his universe, he didn't get a chance to do that, but that means that there is a story where that happened, and so I could probably go read that. I don't know that it affected me in the way that it was intended to do so. And because of all that, I think I similarly was confused as to, you know, yes, they're being put together, and yes, they're from this time stream to be able to go and literally invade hell. But then that kind of removes some stakes, because if I wasn't wooed by the emotional pieces, then the stakes of, oh, they could have had this could have been a future for them, doesn't necessarily make me worried for them and their lives. They're probably just gonna eat it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Nothing that happens to them matters because it doesn't affect the past or the present. So they're fodder. And I don't care to read stories about fodder. I don't feel that Mark Waid did enough to make me care about them, although I'm not sure what he could have done to make me care. But I don't give a fuck about guys paying that, you know, ice isn't with him or whatever, ice or fire. Like I don't know. I didn't give a shit about that.
Oh.
I, I don't know, man. I've been down on Justice League Unlimited for a while. I just don't think it's been particularly interesting. Um, and this being the book that's using the least amount of relevant characters to DCKO is surprising because it's the Justice League, but it's focused on people that aren't even on the team.
I saw a tweet that was like, how is Mr. Terrific the token of his own team? like all these time displaced characters, and they're all white people.
Aliens.
Guess there's, I mean, yeah, but all the aliens in DC are white mostly. Dan Trudeau in the chat says everyone has to take a drink every time Marco says steaks.
All right. Now I know.
Dan Mora though,
Yeah,
doing amazing shit. His owl woman looks fantastic.
I was
So
unfamiliar.
I don't know that I don't know if I don't know if that's a new character or I've never seen that character before.
It's DC 1,000,000, which is a thing I never read. That and the female Dr. Fate I'm unfamiliar with as well. Somebody on Twitter put like a timeline thing of like where all these characters come from. Like this Power Girl's pre-crisis, Guy is like 0 Hour, and I think this Hawkman is right after Rebirth, that good Hawkman series everyone raves about. But yeah, Owl Woman, I wasn't aware. She's cool. I dig it.
Speaking of the art stuff, Tamra, I think, kept it cool on the colors. They felt much more towed in line. I think that's been one of my big critiques on this book, is that they feel super bright, excessively like vibrant and highlighted. So here I felt like we got more base colors, not a lot of those like pinks and highlighted greens. So I did appreciate that. It felt easier to read through.
MP had a good, yeah, I think the colors actually jumped out to me as well, Marco. Just with all the, I actually like Tamara's colors a lot. I think she does, I like the bright color she does. She does that bit early on with the Atom, which actually looked rad. It's using all those different colors. And Polka Dot Man, it's like, all right, you got to use all the colors there if you can. But MP had a good point here. He said, do you think what happens to Babs in this issue will play into her next level series next year? She does get blown up pretty badly.
It's a pretty good assumption to me.
Yeah. Takes her out of the Batgirl mantle straight to Barbara Gordon in the chair again. And like guy in the chair, not wheelchair.
Pass.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, same with me. It's a pass. I don't know that this is felt so necessary to like the larger story. You're getting it in Superman, you're getting it in KO. Shout out to this badass page though. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
That looks cool.
The visuals.
In physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm passing a Dan Mora book because it's so beautiful, but there was just nothing from a storytelling standpoint for me here. I need Justice League Unlimited to either end or stop being unlimited, because it's everything wrong with this book to me is what I was worried about in the first place, where it doesn't have a core cast. And so it feels like other than Mr. Terrific, you just don't know who's going to be in the book. And I don't find that to be fun. I want to care about these characters and grow with them. But you can't, because you don't know who's going to be here. Like Barbara Gordon's here. When was she here last? Like, I don't know. It just feels like it's all over the place.
Yeah, they literally call in whatever characters they need at any given time for the plot.
Yeah.
This is a pull for me. I enjoyed it pretty well, actually. It's probably one of my favorite JLU issues in recent memory.
Oh wow.
Pull 63%, 29% didn't buy a read. Pass is 6%. Pick of the week is 2%. Okay.
I like how the chat has wildly varying ideas back to back. Dan Trudeau says JLU should have a core team with an ever rotating cast of support players. And directly after that, Luna, I don't want JLU to have a core cast.
There you go.
The dichotomy of a comic book fan.
Yeah, for real.
Order of Dylan, the contrast between this book and the great team dynamics of Birds of Prey is staggering to me. Well, that's the downside of not having a core cast.
Yeah.
You just can't do team dynamics. It's not possible.
Even Birds of Prey has a pretty huge ass cast with cycling and people, but they still managed to actually get to the people of it.
Well, because A, some of those characters have been around since the first issue.
Yep.
And B, largely that book is character focused, whereas this one is not. The characters that Thompson is working with, she cares about growing and using as a big part of the story, whereas in this book, they just feel like tools for the plot. Let's talk about, speaking of Kelly Thompson, let's talk about her absolute Wonder Woman. So we are getting her words as ever, but we did lose Hayden Sherman just for this issue. They needed a little bit of a break. Matias Bergara stepping in with colors by Jordi Belair, letters by Becca Carey. And so without Hayden, it's not that nothing happens, but I would say that this issue is a bit of a cool down where we learn as Wonder Woman is chasing some new enemy that is touching down all over the world and moving at the speed of lightning, literally. Um, and she's chasing it and can't figure out the origin of it. She can't even put a finger on it. And throughout the issue, she's speaking with her allies, her supporting cast, which is something that I think the series desperately needed, to try to a you know add to the issue with conversation, but also Wonder Woman's frustration that she can't figure out how to find this enemy until she does at the end. And we learn why this arc, this little two-part arc, is called The Price. We learn that she is causing this and that this enemy is the price the world is paying for her good deeds. Marco, what do you think about Absolute Wonder Woman 13?
Excellent. This is, I think, Kelly firing on all cylinders. The way that she's able to weave in who the character is over and over again, show it to us, and then I think one of the things that Dana does really well here is she reflects on how she's feeling in the moment, and that changes kind of the way forward for the issue. I think one of the things that a lot of writers will do is, they won't address or acknowledge their feelings, and that'll kind of be the thing that carries you and propels you through. But in this, she stops, she's aware, she says, "Hold on a second, let me regroup, and let me address that." So I thought from that end it was smart. And the art, I mean, it's not Sherman, but I thought excellent for what this is. It feels looser. It feels darker. There's some particularly thicker inks on this. And actually, I'm going to show two, I guess, three of my favorite panels. Um, this
Yep.
moment here where she's kind of grimacing and you can see it's like two shots. She's in tears. Her hair is all tousled. You can feel the way that she's feeling frustrated. And then I think it's this little panel right there. Just these soft little beats, these soft moments. I think Bergara is just really good at being able to tell emotion, but also these cutaway panels to pace time. And I thought there was a good combination of everything in this. So this was awesome. I love this.
Yeah, when we talked about this book, when we read it up in Pals polls or Pals previews, I forgot this was the Bagara arc.
Hmm.
I've been waiting for this. I'm a huge Matthias Bagara fan. He's done some phenomenal Wonder Woman commissions over the past year, where he did that whole in the beginning pages where he does the clay vase art, like the ancient Greek art. He was
Yeah,
doing commissions like that. I'm like, I hope he does that in the book. First page, I'm like, yep, perfect.
got it. Hell
And
yeah.
he did a great book with I think it was Cy Spurrier, Coda.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
It's phenomenal. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So knowing he was on this, I was like, hell yeah! And this is exactly what I wanted out of it. Um, I think this is probably one of my favorite issues in man a long time, actually, because I think the art is phenomenal, but B, I think it really finally gets into the core of who Diana is, but also kind of shows the reason for her cast of crew and characters, like her supporting characters. Like she's Buffy, this is her Scoobies. You know, they're the ones, she's the one doing the heroic stuff, but they can still play their role and play support. Minerva is an archaeologist, so she can, answer some of the questions that Diana can't answer herself. So they fit into places that work like a puzzle. So I thought that was really good. It kind of made them have a reason to exist. But also the fact that Diana is so, Marco, you said it, reflective of herself, shows that like even in the absolute universe, Wonder Woman is about compassion. She's, when she first fights this electric being or whatever, um, that looks like that Scooby Doo villain actually, the guy it's all electricity. Um, she recognizes she's quick to draw her weapon, and she's like, "Whoa, hold on now, something's happened to me." Like this Wonder Woman's been in therapy. So I like how she's quick to have introspection, and she's not just a warrior. She's more than that. And I really like that throughout. And I liked how you can see throughout the whole issue, she's getting more and more tired, frustrated, but never like upset, you know, never losing her cool. In fact, aware of it this whole time. And Bagara drew her like progressively with darker and darker circles on her eyes. And she looked more and more tired. And I thought that was such a good job. Marco, you called out the page I wanted to call out where she's getting, attacked by the lightning. And in the art, it becomes lightning bolts, the lines. You feel the electricity of her getting hit. It looks scratchy. It looks different compared to everything else. I thought that was great stuff. I really, really, really enjoyed this issue. This was almost my pick of the week.
I really like the Bergara art, man.
Yeah.
Whenever Hayden is not here, I'm a little bit worried just because. But wow, like you lose a lot when you don't have Hayden because of the layouts. But with Bergara here, I feel like we also gained.
Mhm.
So it wasn't just a straight loss. I really like Bergara's style. I don't recall ever seeing his work before. I really like the way he draws Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Very ethnic, very Greek. Like look at her nose, like
Yeah.
that's really like well scouted, and he's consistent with it. And Hayden is too. It's a defining feature of this version of Wonder Woman that I really enjoy. Story standpoint, if this were going to be a longer arc, I would have problems, but it's a 2-issue arc, so I'm cool with it. I like the idea that there is a cost to magic. I'm always a fan of that. And I think the way that is implemented and her having to chase down this lightning spell or whatever, and watching her sort of not lose her cool, but just kind of, being exhausted by this chase. That was cool. That was cool. I like the supporting cast getting more time on page and getting to talk. Still not fully sure about them.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
Do you think something's up with Steve Trevor?
In terms of like,
He's like, well, sorry, I got to go. I got to go do something. That seemed a little shady.
I just thought he's getting. Hey, I'm a military person. I have to get back to it. Like
I
this
didn't
has
have
been
that
fun.
thought, but that doesn't scream that, like that doesn't seem unreasonable.
It-
That maybe there could be something to that. I'm actually trying to find the page again because I didn't clock
I am
what
too.
you. Yeah,
Well, I think I'm bringing in the fact that absolute evil. Like he works for the military, and the fact that there's this Omega energy that's kind of infesting everything. Wouldn't it be the worst thing possible to infest Steve Trevor in a way where he's a negative to Wonder Woman? And he just so happens to be, as soon as shit gets crazy, oh, I gotta bounce. It's like in Scream when the guys just have to just be away and then somebody gets killed. It seemed coincidental.
I didn't feel that, but there's some merit, I guess, to what you're saying. It could play into the story, especially with everything in the way that absolute evil played out. But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't draw attention to it too much.
I just went back on that page and it seems innocuous, but you never know.
Yeah, yeah.
At least now it's been established here on the show that we need to look for that in the future. So that way, if it ends up being correct, at least
We called
Tyler
it.
can say he was right.
Yeah,
I don't trust him.
fair enough.
Order
Trust
of
him
Villain
either.
says, good point. Why was he in hell in the first place? We don't know that.
We still don't have that answer.
Oh,
We still don't know. Overall, solid issue. I'm a pull.
it's pick of the week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, whoa. I don't feel like Tyler talked about it way more like lovingly than you did.
I said I loved it. I started out. This was
Yeah.
amazing. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
this was
okay,
hot.
all right.
Check out
Awesome.
Coda then Marco. You'd like Coda. It's Spurrier
I'm-
too, your boy.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware of it, but
Yeah.
I've just not been able to get to it.
I think I first noticed Bagara. He did an issue of The Dreaming, which
Oh,
was
sure,
that
yeah.
Sandman universe relaunch. which was a super underrated book, The Dreaming. I love The Dreaming, which also Cy Spurrier.
Yes, that's right.
It's actually where I learned about Cy Spurrier as well. So it's so cool to see him kind of getting his flowers here, because this is a big book for him in terms of like interiors. So I'm really happy to see like so many people are like, yo, who the fuck is Matthias Bergara? This guy's one of the best right now.
It's
I
rad.
would kill for a commission from Bergara, like a vase of Wonder Woman versus Ares or something. Oh man, go
Rad.
for it.
I would like to know if it was the editor or Kelly herself who decided he should be the villain.
Good question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Chris Conroy who's editing this book, who's like, he knows his shit, but so does Kelly.
On it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I do like these like little break issues to separate arcs. I think they're fun. They're a palate cleanser. I feel like we liked the last one, and this for me is looks like it's gonna be another knockout.
My only question is how they collect this.
Hmm.
I wonder if it's like a tail end, 6 issues plus this 8.
How was Volume 1 collected? Did it have the Simone de Mayo or who was it? Matteo de Ulis on the art, right? Did it collect
I
those two?
don't know, but I think the first arc of Wonder Woman was 5 issues.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because the Zoo was 6, but I think that was an outlier.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, CW Gordon, we definitely do need to have Kelly back on the show.
Yeah,
There's no
okay.
doubt about it.
Volume
Yeah.
1 is 1 to 7, so it's
Yeah.
probably going to be the same way. 5 issues with Hayden, 2 issues with the guest.
Cool.
So next issue would be the culmination of those 7. Yeah.
I have 0 complaints about that. You know why? Because it's established up front.
Yep.
They found talented people who fit the mold. It hasn't affected the book in a negative way.
Yeah.
And I would say
Easy.
the same is true for every absolute book, even though I didn't like the who was the absolute Batman villain?
Was it Marcos?
Marcus Martin, yeah.
Marcos Martin. I wasn't the biggest fan of that issue,
Same.
but that doesn't matter. Marcos Martin is a super talent, and a lot of people did like it. So good.
Yeah. Which shows there's more planning in Absolute, I think.
Yes.
Than another micro line that we'll talk about later, where it seemed willy-nilly as to who was on the art of the issues.
49% pull, 26% didn't buy or read. Pick of the week, 22% Marco not alone, 3% pass.
Did you
Not
vote in that,
bad.
Marco?
I did not. I never vote in those.
Okay, nice to add the addendum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make.
Uh-oh.
Comics Are Dope is in the chat.
Okay. Did you say something
announcement-
buzzworthy?
No.
Oh.
The announcement is that Comics Are Dope will not be on the show this Saturday. You know why? Because Comics Are Dope does not give a fuck about the Comics Pals. That's why.
Wow.
That's why. And I have his phone number, and he texted me, and he said that.
Wow. Airing him out live.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
It's fucked up.
Damn.
I thought we were cool.
We gotta post. He's got to post a Notes app screenshot soon. I expect the tweet within 24 hours.
I was gonna buy him a fucking Casey Jones mask too.
Wow.
I was gonna buy it for him, but now I'm not.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Can't believe it.
Yeah. No love between us, but there
Comics
is a
are
lot of
done.
love between Hal Jordan and Star Sapphire.
Hey.
In the Green Lantern 28 Pals poll winner.
Look at I just flipped my table.
Comics Are Dope said almost cursed in my reply. That's funny. Oh my god. Yeah, everything I said was a lie. I'm just fucking with him. We were very cool. He's got something really awesome happening on Saturday. I'm happy for him.
I'm fighting in the replies, Sean. Jeez. Tone. People don't understand tone on the internet. You're scaring people here.
See, that's Banksy Main. You are good, bro. That's funny. He quoted Stan at me. Oh my goodness, that's funny. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Green Lantern 28 won the poll. You have an opportunity to vote on another Green Lantern book if you want to, because the poll for next week is up right now. Absolute Green Lantern number 8, Amazing Spider-Man 15, Assorted Crisis Events number 6, Aliens vs. Captain America number 1. I put my vote behind Assorted Crisis Events because why not? Come on, guys.
Good
Why
ass
not?
book. Good ass book.
Hello, with Aliens versus Captain America, you put your against, dude, wrong vote.
Hold on, Marco. Let me ask you one question. Can you tell me right now, without using Google Machine or AI, Chat GPT, can you tell me right now what is the creative team on this book? Stop,
Captain
put your
America,
hands up.
an
Put
alien.
your hands up.
No idea, Captain. But you know what? It has the IP. That's all that matters.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
all that matters.
crazy.
Sean, I have bad
IP over
news.
creators.
I couldn't tell you.
Sean, I have bad news.
What's up?
I think you put the following week's poll up.
Fuck. Don't tell me.
Wait, no.
Did I really?
Yeah, that's the 5th, right? Because Absolute
Sure?
Green Lantern.
Fuck. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to redo it.
Because I wanted to see who was on Aliens versus Captain America. I'm like, I don't remember that fucking book being out next week.
My apologies, guys. It's gonna have to go up again. I'm gonna have to redo it. I'll have to take it down and put it up. So if you voted, get ready to vote again. Sorry about that.
You were just practicing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Getting those.
Yeah.
Well, now we know. Now
They got
we can gauge it. I know where I gotta drive people, their attention.
Well, now we have 2 weeks to bag on Marco for wanting Aliens versus Captain America over fucking Assorted Crisis event.
Written by who and drawn by
All right, let's talk about Green Lantern 28. Jeremy Adams, V. Ken Marion, Romulo Fajardo Jr., Dave Sharp on the letters. So this is very much another cool down issue. This is cooling down after the Starbreaker Supremacy event. But something is going on with Hal Jordan. Something is wrong with Hal Jordan. If you heard the interview that I did with Jeremy Adams, he talked about how the focus was going to go back to Hal during this arc. You can clearly see the ways in which that's going to be the case, because we've got Hal Jordan, his memory being messy and screwed up. His name is in a big ass book. Corona is sniffing around, which is a terrible thing. So there's a lot of bad stuff going on. This book, this issue gives you a pretty good idea of where this book is going to go in the overarching sense, and I really appreciated that. We're not in the next story yet, but we know generally where we're going, and that is exciting to me. I didn't love this issue, but it did what I needed it to do.
Yeah, it felt setupy. Like we're stacking the house of cards right now, and I don't knock it for that. I think you have to do that in order to really gauge interest. The big old Hal Jordan in the book, I was like, that was the point. I was like, oh, all right, I'm in. What's that about? And then we're getting these glimpses of Krona. I'm like, this guy's ugly. All right, I'm interested.
That's rude. What do you ever do to you?
You can tell me.
Never before has an individual said, "Wow, he's ugly. I'm interested."
That's how I assume women swipe right at me on dating apps.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
no.
It's the Shrek effect. I thought this was fine. I think this is my issue with this Green Lantern run, and it's such a nitpick. But when it's firing on all cylinders and it's doing the big event, it does it so well. When it's not, it doesn't feel like anything's happening. And I know there's a little breadcrumbs here. It's kind of a breadcrumb issue where a lot of different, we had the end of our big event last issue. We need to kind of seed the future of this book. So it has the Krona of it all. It has the Guardians and all that. Sure, but but tonally, I think it's shifted too far. Hal feels a little too young. Does that make sense?
Vibrant.
In this, a little too. I know he's a hotshot. That's who Hal Jordan is. But this is also the Hal that was just helping lead the fight against the Starbreakers last arc. you know, where he felt like a Hal Jordan that had went through Jeff Johns' run. It had went through Blackest Night, had went through all of that stuff. And this feels like Hal Jordan who's never been through it, and he's just like, oh, happy-go-lucky. So tonally, it was a bit of whiplash for me. I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. I thought the Weekend Marion art was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Specifically, there's that page where Hal has that, you know, that's so Raven kind of flash forward to the future, and sees all the bad things that are gonna happen. I like the way he did that. There's a very almost like manga influence to the way he draws that I appreciate in Weekend Marion's art, but I think it also adds to the effect of Hal feeling a little young for me because he looks it, and the art feels kind of. I don't know how to explain. The art feels young. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
What you're describing, I agree with you, and it's the same way I feel about Cyclops in X-Men. So I doubly understand.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I landed on this as like, it's fine. I kind of wish it was back to more, you know, big old space shit with everyone around and stuff. But I guess that's what core is for.
Yeah. This is the batter for before the cake.
Oh, God. Pause on
Yeah,
that one.
that was a nasty that was a nasty description.
That's how Marco Dirty talks. Gonna get that batter before the cake.
I was thinking, I'm like, you said breadcrumb issue earlier, and I'm like, but usually you leave breadcrumbs after you've eaten, you know. So like, this is
you're
still
cook
making
with
the
breadcrumbs.
Cake. But you're still baking the cake, you know.
Do you know what the term breadcrumbs is, though?
No, I understand. I just, I was thinking about the analogy.
It's from a nursery rhyme, or it's Hansel and Gretel. It's not cooking.
Yeah, but never mind. Never mind, man. All right, listen. I don't honestly have a lot to say about this issue. Paul, it was solid. I agree with everything Tyler said, but still, for some reason, I enjoyed it. I like where this is going, and I can't wait for the next major storyline to start. Paul.
Pull, and I apologize. I forgot to get the pull up on this one.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
I will say pass on this for me.
Oh.
Also, I think the cover, you know, star-crossed, they barely have interactions in this book.
Yeah, for it to be the cover.
Yeah, and then like even the variants, like this really cool looking Star Sapphire cover, and like she's like they barely interact. It's like, I want to go hang out with my bro instead. Hard Traveling Heroes next issue. It's like, all right, this is a young Hal who's even a shitty boyfriend. It's making me dislike Hal if this is the Hal they're going to go with going forward.
I'm pretty sure that's deliberate.
To make me hate him?
I think this arc is going to be very focused on Hal's personality and some of the negative aspects of him, because they're dealing with Krona, who's like his clone or something.
Because he has his memories.
Yeah, did that make sense to you? Because when Krona came back in the Starbreaker thing, we knew he was like generating a body. I didn't realize that was a Hal body.
Yeah. We saw the Hal body in during the event. They showed him in his Hal body.
Yeah, it's like the deformed kind of half body. Yeah, I thought it was Krona's body that was coming out, not a Hal thing. So that kind of threw me for a loop here.
He looks nasty, but it's pretty cool.
It's kind of gross. Yeah, he looks wet.
Gross.
You know, he looks wet.
Yeah, he does.
Probably stinks a little bit.
A little smelly.
Smells like roadkill.
Very nasty. All right. By the way, there is a new poll up. The correct poll is up. So tab out, do whatever you do, vote. You got TMNT Annual #1, Superman Red Blue #1, Voyeur #2, and Mega Man Legends Timelines #1. I'm torn because I want to read Voyeur #2, but I'm also interested in Mega Man Legends.
You see this though? Superman Red and Blue winning with 100% of the vote right now with a total of 1 vote.
Sick.
2 votes.
2 votes. Oh, I got to refresh.
Neon Knight, I recommend that you remove the word moist from your vocabulary.
No. Great word.
Who was saying that? Oh my god, that's right. I was on stream this week with Wonder Maddie. over on Nearman Condition, and she just kept saying moist, and I was like, "Yo,
What were you
Maddie."
talking about?
Okay.
We're talking about Infidel, the book.
Oh, there are some
Okay.
moist individuals in that book, right?
Yeah,
Like some of the
yeah,
ghouls, and yeah,
yeah. They get a little moist over there.
that's a good ass book though.
The book's great. What I wish you all could have heard is the story that was told to me off the air. I
About
really wish you
Infidel?
guys could have heard it. It was crazy. All you need to know is that over on Nearman Condition, sometimes things get shitty. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh, that seems like a
Oh.
choice words there.
That's all I'm gonna say. Speaking of shitty,
Whoa, whoa. What a
You
transition.
teed yourself up for this. I'm gonna be so mad at this book. I need someone to go first. Sean, just get out of the way.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 22. I just took the transition because it was there. By the way, people, don't be mad at me. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Appropriate.
Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto, Corey Pettit, Eric Arciniego. So this book, I opened the first page and I was mad.
Yeah, dude.
Same. We've just got rid of it. We just decided to not do it anymore. The 1 month thing. We're just doing 3 now.
Oh my god, dude! I was so mad.
I almost broke my iPad.
Ben didn't have.
I literally had a visceral reaction to reading that. I was in a coffee shop. I was trying to relax, and then I just see,
Never
3 months later.
relax.
The
You
fuck?
can't try to relax reading this book.
Yo, I
The
thought I got
fuck?
the wrong issue. I opened it because I didn't.
That wouldn't work either way if you got like.
No, but I didn't read the 3 months later part. I just saw the December and I was like, oh shit, wait a second. That doesn't make sense. How does that work?
So, first of all, I'm fairly sure. Well, I shouldn't say I'm fairly sure. My supposition is that this is happening because this book is not coming out in November. They're releasing, if I remember correctly, 2 issues in December, and that's how they're closing out. So I believe that's the reason.
So those books will then just be 3 continuous books without doing the monthly format. They did.
That's yeah. Yep.
That doesn't make me any less mad.
Nor should it. Nor should it. Yeah. So this book did multiple things that I actually dislike a lot. Jump 3 months ahead. It introduces fucking Superior Spider-Man for some bizarre, god awful, unneeded reason. Then it played with my head because Green Goblin was talking to his dad. I thought then it turns out he was talking to fucking Mysterio's.
Is that a cereal?
I guess. Right. But some kind of a Mysterio monster thing, Chimera Beast. I don't fucking know. I don't know what's happening anymore, ladies and gentlemen, in Ultimate Spider. It's off the rails.
Remember last issue where the main villain was Mr. Negative?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Which is pretty cool.
This book makes no fucking sense. I know there are people out there that like this book. It's not good. It has good creators on the book who create good work. This is not it. Giachetto's work in this is good. I pulled a page where he's fighting the bullseyes, which is apparently a thing now too. It's not just one, it's multiple. That's not explained. He's fighting multiple bullseyes, and it looks great. Gorgeous. This book makes no fucking sense. It contradicts itself constantly.
Didn't they explain that last issue with like the bullseye they killed technically was like they'll find another one or something?
Yeah.
I guess, sorta.
Your point stands though. What like the fact that we're interacting now with what are effectively Doom bots is a thing.
Regardless of that, like our last, we had a cliffhanger. We had a rare Ultimate Marvel cliffhanger at the last issue, right? Where we were alluding to the fact that Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson got exploded. Remember that? Now they're fine. They're just in a bunker. They're fine.
I didn't actually. So
yeah, and then Gwen gets exploded as well. Maybe, or it made them multiple Mysterios. All right. Well, we'll wait 2 months to see what happens there. I don't like this book at all.
the the level of continuity in the issue that broke for me was when they sat down to have dinner. That much Chinese food did not fit in those 2 bags that Otto got.
That's a good
I
point.
cap, dude. What are you saying?
Hey,
That's a whole fucking platter.
best bit of this book is actually in that scene where Otto, which is fucking ultimate superior Spider-Man for no reason whatsoever. I did not even recognize that this Otto was good.
Well, yeah, what?
He was like playing for himself, but like he seems like a genuinely good guy here, and like he's good with the kids after 3 months. I'm dumb, but that bit where he's like, he asked the Chinese food guy, which looks like the same Chinese food place from Seinfeld. He
I
asked him
clocked that.
like, "Oh, I make sure there's no soy sauce in this, right?" And then it goes back to May, and May's like, "Did you make sure there's soy sauce?" He said, "Yeah, of course it did." That was a good bit. That was a funny joke and a book of trash. It makes no sense, this book. I don't understand the choices in this book at all. I feel like I'm on crazy pills reading this and knowing that people are so into this book.
Do you guys have an understanding of why when Otto is going to buy the food, he looks black and white?
Well,
I,
he is. The suit transforms, right?
yeah, that's what I was getting. Yeah. Which then why does he have a special design for his suit? I don't fucking know.
Because there's the moment where he gets back into the cave, in the sewer, and he sighs, and I assume that like something is happening to the suit, and then he transforms into whatever.
I was so fucking confused. I thought that was Richard at
Yeah.
first.
Same, yes, same,
The character they've been building up for the past year.
exactly. And if that was the case, that makes sense. Hey son, go grab food for. Oh, cute. Okay, we're gonna have a little family thing. But the reveal, I don't know what that was meant to like impact us with.
I'm looking at some of the League of Comic Geeks reviews here, and I see one that's like, "What the fuck is going on? This issue was confusing. 4 stars. Why are you giving it 4 stars? Your ratings are borked."
I'm trying to figure out how to have like an actual conversation about this issue.
I've given up.
So Richard gets a mission from Otto
Yeah.
that they need to go fucking rob the Kingpin or whatever, and he goes to meet up with Black Cat so that they can team up and do that.
But did we
So
not
that's
learn a lesson that
no.
she is not to be trusted?
No.
Like that part was infuriating to me.
To be
I was like,
fair, I would constantly probably go like as a young teenager, the hot girl you have a crush on, you're gonna keep making mistakes for her.
sure, sure.
And do we have any understanding of what the fuck happened in the end?
Nope. Nope. It seems like they dropped the Norman of it all, unless the Norman AI is making him hallucinate his dead wife. Or when Mysterio died, did they all become ghosts that then formed it? Like, it makes no sense. And like,
Anyone in the chat understand this? Like, we're here to do a review, and I don't know what the fuck I read, and I'm being so for real. I don't know what this is. 2 issues to go.
Uh, and there's the color of the boxes or of the word balloons are the same with the let me double check. The Mysterio, actually no, the Mysterio is kind of inverse, but there's a moment where the AI is his dad, but then he's also hearing the voice of the Mysterio form creature thing. So I started to get confused about that. I'm like, wait a second, was that the same thing we heard earlier? Like, does he have 2 voices in his head? Man, this was rough.
Wow. Wow.
And again, when faced with danger, what does Mary Jane do? They go and bump uglies.
yeah, she's not written very positively in this. Like, what has she done? Beat up another woman, complain, and fuck? Is that all Mary Jane has done this whole series?
She's also been chill. She was pretty chill. in the beginning.
She's being a wife.
Yeah.
Huh. Love the agency she put into this.
Why would you expect Mary Jane to have agency? Spider-Man doesn't have agency.
It's true. Yeah,
No,
that's true.
facts.
Oh, yeah.
Pass. I really don't like. I feel I don't want to be disrespectful. That's not my goal. But I don't know how to talk about this book other than to say that if you're still really enjoying this, I need you to educate me because I don't understand it. Nothing that happened in the last issue that I thought was interesting gets followed up on here at all. I literally paid $4.99, and the first 4 pages are someone going to buy Chinese food in a series that's ending in 2 issues.
That had a cliffhanger of multiple characters almost getting killed last issue.
Yeah, and they're all fine except Gwen, I guess, maybe supposedly. I don't care. 2 issues to go, so of course I'm gonna finish it. Pass.
This might be one of the biggest disappointments in comics for me.
Yep.
Because, like, I maintain when Chichetto's on this book, it's fucking gorgeous. It is a good looking book, especially the few times he actually gets to draw Spider-Man. He's not just drawing Peter Parker. I think it looks great, but as an actual comic book, I don't get it.
Nah, I don't care to at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass. It's a shame.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Order
Yo,
Villain
Ultimate
says,
Endgame.
I thought Incursion was a better comic than this. At least I understood what happened in Incursion.
Incursion made me feel something a little bit, sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
It had a clear plot and trajectory and story.
35% pass, 35% didn't buy a read, pull 29%, pick of the week, 1%, one nut. I'm just
Whoa,
kidding,
dude.
whoever you are.
One nut. We used to call a kid that in school.
That's nuts.
Well, it's not. It was not.
Oh fuck. Frank with the 10 spot. Thank you so much, Frank. That's a nice reminder that super chats are open, yes, on this show as well. And we do love them. Thank you, Frank. He says, you see Dan Buckley come out and say it was his idea to end the Ultimate line. Thoughts? Hickman thought they would keep going. Personally, I'm losing some trust in the Hickman long game. So we heard it because we were there when he said it. And my opinion on that is that that's fine. He is the president. It's his right. He can do what he wants. I think it's strange. I think it's bold. I think it's interesting. I have a hard time believing that they're leaving this amount of money on the table with no plan for anything in the future. But I don't think Hickman was surprised in the sense that, like, I think the surprise was, wow, Marvel would do that, not his legs being cut out from under him. There's no chance in hell he was continuing on after this.
Yeah. And Sean, thank you so much for the introduction. I do want to double down and say that I appreciate the support. I appreciate how you guys are going about this. The Ultimate line will end to no one's surprise.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Can we get some review copies while we're at it?
Huh?
Yeah. But I want to tackle Frank's other half of the question here. Personally, I'm losing some trust in Hickman long game. To be honest, I think I am too. He kind of feels just work for hire right now. He feels like the hitman of Marvel.
Never seen Hickman's long game, dude.
Pause.
I think Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That's it.
You were just a baby when that was out.
That's all. I didn't even read it. I only read it with you guys here for a book club. But outside of that, I don't know that I've seen the full end of a Hickman story.
Well, let's be fair to Flair. Let's be fair to Hickman. He did Secret Warriors to completion.
Yep.
Fantastic Four to completion. Avengers to completion. Those were 3 long stories, each of them multiple years. That's it in the big 2 in terms of like what he was able to start and finish 100% as far as I can recall. Well, Gods was finished, but it wasn't a long multi-year project.
Yeah, it did what it was supposed to do. Yeah.
Right.
And Clayton Bertram says, I thought you were an Imperial truther, Tyler. Imperial just seems to be an idea that Hickman has for a world without really his involvement in it, more like just forming this section. We also don't know what happens after Imperial, so that could be more.
Sure.
And the Hickman long game as it relates to the Ultimate Universe, I don't know. I feel like people put too much stock into that. Like Hickman created the framing device with Ultimate Invasion, and then he wrote Ultimate Spider-Man. He has had nothing to do with driving the story forward since 2 years ago.
It's really been a camp thing.
Yeah.
Ultimates has been the book driving the actual Ultimate Universe line forward, and then he's doing Endgame as well.
Yeah, you would have me if he was if Hickman was doing Endgame, but he's not.
Right.
Matt Fisher says the Mysterios died. Their consciousness melted together to form one super mystery.
Mystery.
We must solve it.
Oh, got it.
I could see that. Dex Baker with the 2-spot. Just a tip for the fair to flare line. Thank you, brother. I'm so happy. I could never have imagined in my life that I would be able to be on a YouTube channel where I could talk about comics regularly, but also drop a wrestling reference, and people would know what I was talking about.
Is Flair that guy that was on that the airplane for that one thing?
He was the guy that was on that one airplane for a few things. Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, where's BJ? Is he still in the chat? Because I heard just the tip.
Oh,
Dex did say just a tip. Yeah.
Oh. Entertain Me. He's been a channel member for 9 months. Thank you so much. Hickman wants to keep going with the product like this. He must have lost it. 9 months in, pals, and counting. Smash that like if you haven't yet. I love the energy. I appreciate the caps. Entertain Me. Thank you for the 9 months, brother.
Pals County.
That's a full term too. You're giving birth to that Comics Pals baby there.
Oh yeah. Dan Trudeau, my issue with Hickman is really in the last handful of years. I can't think of something he's written lately that's grabbed me in any way.
Yeah, once he kind of pieced out of the Krakoa era, he's just been kind of like selling books.
There.
He's selling books. I mean, like Aliens versus Avengers was good, but it was a way to sell books. Like he was on it. It was what, 3 issues?
3, I think.
It was short. But they were big issues. They were big issues. All right, Dex, you're digging yourself a deeper hole there. The Palace can get the tip. All right. Whoa! Hey! I am touch starved.
Give it to him first, then.
Marco says, "Give me sloppies."
That's for you guys.
Marco's the guy who signs up for a middle position in the Human Centipede.
I don't follow, I lead.
Marco wants both.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right.
That's what happens when we do this late.
Yep. Let's keep it going. Somehow we've got 2 books left. Look at that. You offended CW Gordon. He said, "Oh my."
Oh my.
Hey, we saw George Takei at New York Comic Con.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. Didn't let me join the pretty penis contest though, but
Wow.
Don't think that's what that was.
Hey now.
Okay, right. Ultimates number 17. Written by Dennis Camp with art and colors by Phil Noto, letters by Travis Lanham. This is a direct sequel to issue 4 of the Ultimates, a Doom-focused issue. This one, when I say direct sequel, what I mean by that is that thematically and with its focus, it is dealing with Doom again. It is important to know going into this issue. If you haven't read Ultimate Incursion, I mean, if you read this, then it is what it is. In that issue, Doom learns from Miles that the maker is Reed Richards from another universe, and Doom did not know that. So what he has now come to understand is that his tormentor, his abuser, the person who has destroyed his life and ruined it beyond repair, The person who made him Doom is himself. And this issue is another uh, 4-panel page issue. This time the panel layouts are varied and very interesting, but each one of them shows us an individual point in time. Each one of the panel positions is telling a specific story that you can follow throughout. If you look at, like, for example, the top panel is telling one story, the second panel, one story, etc. As Doom continues to try to rebuild the Fantastic Four and fill the shape of loss inside himself that haunts him. This was the issue of the year.
Wow. Speak on it.
It's hard to. I read it twice. This issue broke me into 1,000 pieces yet again, just like issue 4 did, because Doom is struggling, with very human feelings. I feel like it's a rarity where big two comics that have so much financial responsibility can also do something like this, where they can tap so closely into the human experience to make you feel. I care about this character, Doom, more than any other Ultimate character because he reminds me of me. He's dealing with grief, he's dealing with loss, and he doesn't know what to do. He wants to fix it so bad, and everywhere around him that he looks, he sees the shape of his loss. Everywhere. It's behind him in almost every second panel of every page. The 3 Fantastic Four members that never got to be who they're supposed to be are there. All the while we're watching this man get abused and tormented and tortured. Literally, he gets punched in the stomach by the Maker. These are two superhero, a superhero and a supervillain. He gets punched in his stomach.
Punched him right in the beef.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking in 1,050,000 different ways. It's one of the greatest comics I've ever read.
I'm with you, Sean. I love this issue so fucking much. The bit where the top panel is, talking about the origins of this version of Reed Richards, and how, like, he, because of the cosmic rays, he lost a lot of his crew and his family. And then it also transitions into the torture by the Maker. And there's a whole bit where the Maker, pulls a piece of his brain out, which is like such a Maker thing to do, by the way. The Maker loves fucking with his own brain physically. But to pull out the part that, like, oh, he's like, oh, you don't need love anymore.
He didn't take love.
Well,
the excitement of discovery.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But that idea that something is taken from you is persistent in this character. It's part of him was physically removed. The idea of what his family was removed from him through loss. The potential of what this family was removed from him, and it was shown to him with the potential what could have been. So he knows about the loss that he never even actually fully got to experience. And it drives this character throughout his history and throughout this whole run. And I loved it. There's that one bit here. I can't see it on my screen because it is too tiny. Let me see if I don't have my iPad near me. Give me a sec. Let me pull up this.
What is it? I can.
It's the last panel where Hank Pym is talking to Doom.
I got you.
And Hank says something off screen while you see Doom's reaction to it.
Just because you're broken doesn't mean you need to be fixed.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That is the MO for this character. And that's him discovering something. That's him getting his discovery back. He's discovering something about himself there through Hank. And Hank is a character that's kind of the everyman on the team, kind of the nobody really, while Doom's the one that fixes everything. So I love that interaction, and the idea that he's fought so hard, and then to recreate the Fantastic Four and get to steal back what was taken from him. And when he finally gets there, he just lets it go because he realizes maybe nothing was actually broken in the first place. I thought it was great. I loved it.
Marco?
I think this was a strong issue. I made the mistake of only reading it once, and I didn't break it down in the way that you guys had said. And now as I'm flipping back through, I'm seeing the straight line that it was presenting. So I think from that end, the craft of Dennis Camp
Mm.
is showing quite a bit. Uh, I This is a Doom focused issue, and I'm still here for the larger picture. And when I got to the last page and it says 1 month remaining, my I still don't know what it is that the Ultimates are going to do materially to the Maker. And so this is the book that's supposed to be propelling that. So I kind of came at it from I've yet to dive into I've yet to have a clear indication as to, hey, the training arcs, were they worth it? Were these interactions worth it? Like, where we're coming to the head, and I still feel like this is a squad that's not ready. So I'm confused about what that means for Endgame. Um, the issue itself, construction wise, is strong, but the overall narrative that this is all contributing to, I'm a bit fuzzy on.
I think that's a fair critique. This was a very character centric story. I think the third panel on each page was really driving home the plot throughout. That, you know, Doom was in this hyperbolic time chamber that is the Ultimates, talking about like AltNet, and then him having to break down things, or people were trying to take down the AltNet. That was the plot panel. And he's creating these new Fantastic Force characters. And we know that the Ultimates is unlimited, really, and they're making all these new heroes and stuff to fight back. So we do know they're going to have a fucking army by the time the Maker comes around. So I think that's as far as the book progresses the plot, but it didn't matter to me. Like, this felt like an assorted crisis events issue. And I mean that in the best way possible, because it is that kind of human breakdown of an emotion and a character, but through the lens of a Doctor Doom. Like, it's just fucking rad to me that could even be done. I love this. I thought it was great. I thought the Phil Noto, I don't know whose choice it was. I don't know if this was in the script or not, but Sean, you called it out, where the Fantastic Four are negative space ghosts in the panels. Whoever decided that, fucking amazing. I thought it was great. They bleed and they form the panel border, and they're so clear who they are. Like, even Sue Storm makes sense. That's obviously Sue Storm. I think the first time we see it is her hand, right? It's going to reach out to him. And then we see like the progressive, like, oh, that's the thing. It's Human Torch. I thought it was phenomenal. It was great.
Doom is so trapped by his loss that even the construction of the issue, it's 4 panels, the page. He's trapped. He cannot get out of this. And who has not had a moment in time in their life where they felt trapped in their own life and in their own pain that they just couldn't see through it? You know, the idea that you are your own tormentor, you know, people that struggle with mental health, it's like your mind is against you. There's just so much working here with this dynamic, and it's one person with himself, and it's not, but it is, you know. And like, Maker does this to Reed to make him Doom very specifically because the Maker hates himself.
Yep.
So this is quote unquote generational self-hatred being perpetuated, and he's able to break through that. And I think that for anyone struggling, like, read this comic, man. This comic hit me really hard. And I have a physical issue, so I really want to give this code away today, especially if someone, you know, if you feel like you're having a moment in your life and you need something to connect with. I would love to give this to you, because this issue had a profound effect on me. It really, really did.
And read 4 if you can. I think they
Yeah,
synergize on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sean, 4 also did the 4-panel thing, right?
Did.
Yeah, but it was a more pessimistic view on things, where it showed why Doom is the way he is in that, and this kind of inverts it.
There you see him getting broken down
Yep.
by the Maker, whereas here, you get to see more of their early encounter. You see that Doom was defiant at first when he was Reed. He was defiant and he was going to fight, and he said, "I'll never serve you. My name is Reed Richards." But in 4, you see he's broken, and he does become his servant, and he is Doom. I really want to read them together. Like one day, I hope I can get construct some kind of trade type of thing where I can take both issues and make them one and read them together. I would love to do that.
The ultimate Doom duopoly.
Yeah.
See the parallels, how they mirror each other.
Yeah.
It's also great that Noto did this as well.
Noto's incredible.
Keep the artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I think with Noto's art, and I noticed a lot of people denigrating him since yesterday, which is frustrating because I think he's the perfect artist for this. There's a hauntedness to his art, especially with these colors. There's a hauntedness that really comes through, and I think the flattened look of the pages or the of his art, of his figures, really helps get that across. And man, just when you see those figures hanging behind him, it almost looks like they got taken out of the page.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
I think they have
like
in
they
Doom,
should
Doom
be
Patrol. Like when they, I think
yeah,
Doom Patrol, they got snipped out. Remember?
Right.
I dug it, and there's a hard. You have a hard time in this book as an artist because you have to. Doom is your main character here, who has a lot of emotion through lack of emotion and realization of emotion, but he has a mask on the entire time. It's all eye work.
Oh yeah.
And it's eye work and it's body language, which is tricky, but Noto does it really, really, really damn well.
That's the thing I was going to shout out is his facial expressions, the way that he can make somebody feel sympathetic. I'm not always a Noto fan, but when he does good work, I think he's evocative. Even though it's simple, it's not overly rendered. This is almost like a somewhere between like a cartoony, but still very just straight, straight lines, clean inks. So overall strong.
Yeah, Lucas the Heatwave says, I love Noto on this. I just don't like him in Star Wars. I think when he has to be referencey to actual people, that's where I lose him. This doesn't require that.
Pick of the year.
Damn.
One other bit I wanted to call out in this book too that I think is really, really good is the inversion of Tony and Reed in this and in their roles. Reed is finding himself now, finding who he is and finding his purpose. Tony's kind of losing himself. He's becoming Kang. He's, not present at all. While this Reed is finally becoming present and not in the past, which is an inversion of that issue 4. So even that bit with Tony of it, like Tony's a little haunting in this. There's that, a page with him. He doesn't even, I think, make eye contact with Doom. He's doing something else. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot you told me that. I saw that in the future, because he's just so stuck in the time ways now, where it is becoming that self-fulfilling prophecy that is Kang. And I thought that that is pushing the plot forward as well, because that's going back to that freaking Ultimate Invasion stuff.
And Tony was saying that because he is so close and associated to the Maker, that whatever moves he makes, the Maker sees and can play against.
I thought that's what Reed was saying. Reed was saying that, how do I beat this guy who is me?
Yeah, how do I beat this guy who is me, who knows everything I know? We can't surprise him. We can't.
Yeah.
I'm a liability.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I just think that's so brilliant too, because again, like when you think about, it's like, how do you defeat yourself? People always say, you are your own worst enemy. Well, how do you beat that? You know, your
Yep.
your enemy knows everything you know, all your weaknesses, all your strengths, how to exploit you. How do you defeat that?
Yeah.
And I think in this case, turning to the Fantastic Four is what is going to save. Because I think I think Doom is going to die in Endgame, but that's what's going to save him and Doom the Maker.
Yep.
The Fantastic Four are going to beat the Maker. Doom and all these clones or whatever he's got going on, because the mice don't die anymore; they stop dying.
Yep.
So they're going to beat the Maker. Him turning his back on them, all the way back in the original Ultimate Universe, is going to bite him in the ass now, and I love it.
The Ultimate Universe, this Ultimate Universe is a story of the Maker, even though he's been gone for 2 years. It is his story, and in turn, Doom. And that cover, by the way, of Doom with the sandstorm, but he still has the 4 on his chest.
Crazy.
Give me that as an action figure, Hasbro. Now, please.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Sean, Eric Garza was requesting it if possible. The
Eric
code.
Garza says, if the digital code is available, it sounds like I would certainly get a lot out of the book at this time. Appreciate the thoughtful discussion. Dude, if you message me on Discord, I will gladly send it to you.
Yeah.
Forget a game. I don't care about the game. If you feel like you would benefit, please reach out to me and I will happily send it to you. Did it by read 39%, 33% pull, 14% pass. Pick of the week 14%.
Low numbers.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sucks.
People, I mean, we got a DC leaning crowd,
Sure, yeah,
but
still,
I think people have kind of
off.
fallen off a little bit. Yeah.
I saw while we were having the discussion, there were people saying, you know, they don't care anymore because the universe is ending.
Called it.
And that is exactly why like talking about that up front was just a goofy thing to do. They could have hidden it for longer than they did. They didn't need to tell us this right away.
They gave people
Could've
an
been a
off ramp.
surprise.
Kenneth Williams with the 199. Hope to see Tony and or Doom with 616 eventually.
I don't. Their story is here. I don't see them existing outside of it. There are a few characters to see in this world, maybe even justifying existence outside of this story of this world.
Yeah, like I think, you know, Miles was very much an exception. Miles the Maker, and Jimmy Hudson. I think those are the only 3 that crossed over in terms of like main characters. Obviously, Miles' family crossed over, but they knew they had things that they just weren't ready to lose, specifically with Miles the Maker.
Yep.
I don't know that we're in that space. Nobody here is beloved.
Not
Maybe
only that,
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I would say Hawkeye's the only one where I think there's more to say there that is not tied to what this world is. That Hawkeye can easily exist in mainline and still kind of work. Everyone else kind of feels like a part of this world that's necessary.
Even Hawkeye, I feel like that's here. All of this is, honestly. I don't know that it crosses over and feels like it meshes. It feels like bloat.
I have no interest in anybody carrying over.
Same. Yeah.
Man. Yeah. How the fuck do you have something like this and then you go, yeah, let's cancel that?
I guess I could peek behind the curtain there. We recorded that video of the lessons to be learned from the Ultimate Universe. We'll see if they do.
Yeah.
if so.
CW Gordon, weren't there more one shots announced when that Ultimate Hawkeye was, or am I misremembering? I think you're misremembering.
We get the 2 years in one coming.
Yeah.
And I think one of the Ultimate issues coming up deals with like the Nick Fury plot too.
It does. Issue 20.
But a lot of these Ultimate issues have kind of been one shots in some weird ways.
No, entertain me. No. Not Ultimate Spider-Man.
Keep them there. Keep them all there.
Fuck them. Fuck Peter. Fuck Richard. Fuck Doc.
Otto.
Otto. Fuck them all.
Man, Ox or
No.
Op.
Yeah. The only one they should keep. No, I'm lying. The only one they should keep from the Ultimate Universe, and if you think I'm bullshitting, you're wrong. It's Ultimate Mary Jane's mother. Go back and look at that issue. Go back and read that Christmas issue and tell me that woman does not need to carry over the main line. She's a beautiful woman. That's all
All
I'm
that movement
saying.
back there.
That movement back there, the white hair, she had it. She had it.
Had it.
Yeah. All right. Finale of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not the book. The book isn't going away. It's Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira leaving the series, hopefully on a high note, with issue 12 of their run. They're joined by Sean Lee on letters. So this is it. This is the final fight between them and the Chimera douchebag, who is transforming disgustingly
Yeah.
throughout the fight that they have with him, all beautifully rendered by Juan Ferreira. And they beat him, and then they have a moment between each other in the sewers where they realize that the rat that Donnie kept carrying around really was in some way Master Splinter, which they then find the strength to carry on as the brothers, because they believe that Master Splinter gave his last life essence to help them and let them know that they need to continue to be together. And then at the end, we learn that, spoiler, Master Splinter is still alive. I just want to say, right out the gate, I enjoyed this run thoroughly. A, it ended too fast. And B, specific to this issue, I felt that Jason Aaron's script was very weak.
Super predictable. Very clean.
Yep.
It ends like a Saturday morning cartoon show episode.
Yep.
Which I guess for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, maybe that's appropriate. But I felt like this, for me, this was the best part of this was the art. It was just like, it's like, all right, cool. I did everything I want to tell you. Clear up all my loose ends. I'll even bring the status quo back. Splinter's back. Here, have fun.
Yeah.
Genie Lu Yang, do your thing.
Here, let me put all the pieces back on the table for you.
Yeah.
Do what you will. Even on the art front, I felt like the fight was cool, but then the rest of this is just the turtles just kind of hanging out in the city, trying to figure this out with Splinter. One of the things with Ferrera's art for me is the texture. There's always this waxiness to it that in other situations doesn't work for me, but I think here it can. So I have a love-hate relationship with it.
It almost feels like Richard Corbin, Marco. Are you familiar?
I know the name. I'm trying to think of what I can imagine.
Indie stuff. Did a lot of did like album art, I think, for like Meatloaf and shit, but a comic book artist as well. But it does have like this dimension to it that adds waxiness, I think is a good way of describing it, but there is a texture to it. There's almost a feel to it. I enjoy that. I actually think it's one of the things I like about Ferrera's art. I think it especially helps like the bits where this guy's transforming into like part snake and you can almost feel the scales on it, even though my iPad is flat, much like the earth. And I think it just looked really good. I think that that was my favorite part of this book, and honestly, maybe the run too. I think about that Subway issue where the double page spreads, where Ferreira got to draw those multiple things there. And this one, he has a cool gimmick of this Haley transforming throughout the pages, and he gets to throw like, oh, he's a hammerhead shark now. Oh, he's a boar now. He's a bear at this point. He's a snake here. It's gross. It's cool. And so it was really good. I especially like the bit too. Oh, I gotta change my slides here. The bit where the turtles are fighting this Haley fella, and when they attack, it almost feels like a video game where every time they hit them, their color is the
Oh, yeah.
impact.
Yeah.
I thought that
That's
was a
cool.
good bit. I enjoyed that because it's obviously like, that's not what everyone's seeing, but it's there to show you which turtle's doing what. I liked it a lot. I thought that stuff was good. I just think the story was kind of like straightforward.
I was disappointed by one piece of Juan Ferreira's art.
Hmm.
And I just thought it was like, how could you not take this moment? And it's right here where Hale is he's mid transformation, but like it's his full face behind the face of the monster, almost like a mask, like it's enveloping him,
Oh, yeah.
as opposed to just being an organic transformation. And I thought that looked really bad. Like, I'm surprised that he did that, and it makes me wonder if this was like a time issue or what, because like that's stupid. Like, he should have. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like,
Like it could have transformed from like the skin could have been transforming as opposed to like it just kind of popping out.
Oh, he's
It
just like
looks like
wearing a
he's wearing
costume.
like a helmet
yeah,
almost. Yeah.
Okay,
right,
you wanted more of the Fly, like a full on
absolutely,
Cronenbergian transformation.
Flesh and
absolutely.
whatnot. The hammerhead shark though, that was rad.
Yeah, I
And,
thought that. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, and then just the turtle page, the back of the turtle, and all the panels are broken out that way. I thought it was cool.
I've just felt like even like Hale screaming guilty constantly. I
Yeah.
just thought that even that was lame. Like, I just felt like the dialogue. I never have felt more like I was reading a writer's last issue
Yeah.
where they were just like, I'm off this. Like, that's how I felt. And no disrespect, I think Jason Aaron's super talented. I love the TMNT book, but in this instance, I felt like, wow, dude, like, are you that ready to go?
When he was screaming guilty, you know what it reminded me of, Sean? Of a side scroller game like Wendigo, Wendigo.
Sure, sure. Maybe
Which
that's what he was going for.
it's kind of like what this issue is. It kind of feels like a boss battle for Turtles in Time or something. But it also feels like someone had senioritis and was already halfway out the door.
Yeah, I mean, but before that little like cutaway to Splinter, literally the last few boxes, knuckles aching, shells sore, weary to the bone. Through shadow and slime they move. New dangers always waiting just ahead in the darkness, but with each step they smile. This is
Right.
their way. May it always be so. All right, dude.
See you
And they
next
lived happily
Saturday.
ever after. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think is reading this?
I've been through it with them. Stop.
CW Gordon says, "Do we get a reason why Aaron left? For public consumption, no. And I think it's fair to assume that he's just got other things he wants to do.
Greener pasture somewhere, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I hate to do this, but I think I'm gonna pass on this. I didn't like this issue.
This run started off much better than it wound up ending.
Hmm.
It felt like Jason Aaron had a plan for a long haul on it. It's like, oh, we're having a Jason Aaron run. And then by issue 6, 7, oh man, I didn't mean to say that. Don't, no, I didn't say, no, he knew he was leaving and he's like, all right, I'm just going to keep going and just get my 12 issues in and out.
Yeah.
It kind of felt directionless outside of what the A plot is. Like, is there a B plot? Like,
I guess Casey
Splinter?
and
oh yeah, but
Oh, true. Yeah.
he was comatose most of it. No, Imaj, don't stop with that. We're not doing that.
oh.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I think for this issue as its own standalone thing, probably a pass. And I agree with you, Tyler. It was a hot start.
Yeah.
At the beginning, and it kind of fizzled out. I felt like I fell off the book where previously I was picking up issues, for not for the show even just to keep reading. But at some point, I felt an energy shift.
That being said, still probably the best Turtles I've read. I just haven't read much, and I know Sophie Campbell's stuff is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But I think on the whole, I enjoyed this.
On the whole, I definitely enjoyed it, but I think I'm good. Like, in the sense that I don't think I need to see the next iteration. I'm cool.
Who's the art on 13? I know Eugenio Lunyang is the writer. Freddie Williams. Okay, Freddie Williams the second, who's done a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff. I think he did Ninja Turtles versus Batman and Batman. So that seems like a safe standard TMNT team.
Safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Jason Aaron was very unsafe, and that's why I was compelled. We'll see. Were you a pass, Tyler?
It's a tough one. I think it's a pull. I think I was more positive on it than I was negative. But it's not a strong pull. It's like a final issue of a run I generally enjoyed mostly. Monfreya killed it. I want to see what the book he's on next.
Hell yeah. Didn't buy a read, 53%. Pull, 27%. Pick of the week, 20%. Nobody passed except for me and Marco.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty positive.
And we count for something.
You count for, well, I guess not in the poll here. Sorry.
We matter. That's what my mom told me. Actually, she didn't tell me that.
Okay, well, it's not. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yikes. Ooh.
That explains me.
Oh, no.
Hey, Tyler, you read Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion,
I
right?
did. Was it masochism?
Whoa, hey,
Maybe.
we read.
Oh, did you read it too?
You read it too?
Ultimate, yeah.
Oh, whoa, you did the homework.
Look at everyone doing. We didn't talk about this at all beforehand.
Not even.
Wait, did you guys?
No, we did not. This is not one of our.
Because sometimes, okay.
That was an issue of Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a big fight with fucking what's his name's dad, Roberto da Costa's dad, who's now all jacked up on some like sinister, like he was able to take in all these different powers or whatever.
He got the mutant colostomy bags
from the Maker's collection of powers.
Yeah.
And so they have to fight him, and this page, which everybody for some reason was so sure was Miles going back to regular Ultimate or whatever, was just him being shown an awful like nightmare version or whatever. But in the end, he gets his sister back. The Ultimates help him, and they take the fucking the powers, and Miles takes them to 616.
So all of this Ultimate Incursion stuff has been leading to only having reverberations in 616. Because Miles's spider is now in 616. And it hasn't bitten anyone yet. So that could lead to another spider character, guys.
Yay.
I don't understand why this couldn't have just been an arc of Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Well, because then they couldn't charge us. Well, they probably could charge us $4.99. But
don't try to. Which actually, that book just got announced as ending, too. Its last issue is coming out in January or something like that.
That's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, what did we do beside give Doom some information that he didn't know otherwise about the Maker, and we're back in the same spot we started seemingly 5 months ago.
Yeah, this book was puzzling. I don't think that this was a good series, and I don't think anybody put their best foot forward. It's crazy to think that Dennis Camp is writing. I mean, like in this episode, I said he wrote my favorite issue of the year, but then he also wrote this. And I love the Miles Morales mainline series, but Cody Ziegler also wrote this, something that I despise. Luna said it, and I agree. This is in the running for one of the worst series of 2025.
Yeah, it felt pointless. Like even like Tony in this book, he says, "Oh, there goes the secret cache of stuff we've been looking for the entire time in the Ultimate Universe. You found it, Miles, in one accidental shot, but we don't need it here, so take it with you."
What?
That's that's so like I can see the fucking gears turning
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
because there's no world where they would just give that
It,
up.
it,
Why
it
would
just
they?
it just feels like the elephant in the room, the comic. It's like, oh, we got the Ultimate Universe and we have Miles Morales. They got to cross over somehow.
Weird, man.
Yeah. Yeah, strange one. Strange one. And I got to be honest, I'm not sure I was the biggest Jonah Sharp fan.
No, I was gonna say that.
I don't think I like his art, but I think when it gets into like when it's all these characters on the page and it becomes a little muddy, it becomes a little messy. I preferred it when it was the slower down stuff for him, which gets me a little worried about Endgame. I'll be honest. But you good, Sean?
Jamzilla just said something shocking. Ultimate Spider-Man is appearing in Miles Morales Spider-Man number 42 next year. What are you talking about? What?
Ultimate. Let's look this one up. It's Cody Ziegler. I'm gonna go to League of Comic Geeks here.
Ultimate Spider-Man, like the current one?
Oh yeah, the Ultimate Universe collides with the 616. Ultimate Spider Miles Morales Spider-Man number 42. Sometimes it takes two Spider-Men to do whatever a Spider can. Peter Parker and Miles Morales together might not be enough to overcome the archfoe Rabble has in store. I guess Peter Parker of 6160. Yeah, that's Hickman's Peter Parker.
Yo.
Is in that final issue.
What?
Well, we got some stuff to talk about on Saturday, I guess. This whole Ultimate stuff gets more and more confusing.
Fascinating.
Because that's also the I think it was in this list, it's also mentioned as the last issue of this run. So what does that mean for whatever number one Miles book is going to come out in February or March?
Right. Like I have no belief that they're closing it down and there's not going to be a Miles book, right? So my immediate question is what's next. But again, like you said, we can talk about that on Saturday. And I got to digest that news for myself. But that's interesting.
Digested. It's giving me agita.
So, common sense with the 199. 5 months in Earth 6160 equals 5 minutes in Earth 616.
That's just science fiction shit for me. I don't question that anymore. Time dilation.
That's fine for an adult, but what about a baby?
Who learned its first word in a different universe.
And also grew because months went by.
It's true.
Yeah,
So
yep.
That pediatrician is going to be dumbfounded.
How do you explain that? That's some growth spurt.
Oh, it's an issue with the pituitary gland. No. Just it was Ultimate stuff. The guy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? CPS.
That's insane.
Don't let me write Spider-Man.
Bugged out.
That is nuts. Let's get some numbers in the chat so we can play the stack game. Marco, you got a stack there?
I do. A little bit,
All right.
a little mound.
All right.
I don't like that word.
Yeah, you know
Your
the
word
language on
choices,
this channel. Mound, moist.
I do like a moist mound though.
I don't get the hubbub about moist, dude.
Did you say hubbub?
Yeah.
Hubbub.
Hubbub.
No wonder you don't understand why people don't want to hear moist.
Sound like
Hubbub.
Sound like mush mouth over here.
Yeah, let's see those numbers, get them in. I wanted to mention, Tyler had mentioned Jonas Sharf. Dude, I've been worried, man. My biggest hope is that he was rushed on this. Like, like that for some reason, that's just what I'm hoping for.
It has to be, right?
Because he is good.
What else has he done?
I don't know.
He is good. Do I have evidence? No. Did he? Oh, he did Dark X-Men. The Fall of X, the stuff with Azazel and Goblin Queen. It was that Sea Fox book. I actually thought that book looked good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping it's more of that.
Oh, Jeff Buck makes a good point. Issue 42. Wait, issue 42, Earth 42. Wait, but it's not Earth 42.
What's Earth 42?
I said he made a good point. Then I realized, what the fuck does that even mean?
What Earth 42 is? Oh, Earth 42 is from the Spider-Verse. That's where Miles is the Prowler.
Okay, All right. Jeff Buck is paying attention.
Man, I gotta say, Spider Verse might be the worst thing to happen to Spider-Man mythos.
Well, that's why people hate Dan Slott.
I won't co-sign that. Dan Slott, one of the nicest people I've met.
No, to me, Dan Slott is beloved.
Yeah, one of my favorites, honestly.
No, I say fuck anybody who says mean things about Dan Slott because he's a decent dude.
Also, 42. That's Jesse Robinson's number. Jackie Robinson's number.
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Why don't we read those numbers off?
Got you. Turn back to it. All right, we got Near with 21, Neon Knight 17, James Jones 22, Luna 24, Entertain Me 18, Dex Baker 21, Jamzilla 16, Matt Fisher 21, James Jones 13 for Marco. Thank you so much. Jason Garza 23, Kenneth Williams 20, Entertain Me Marco 16, Jeff Buck 19, Entertain Me Tyler 12. Somehow.
I don't know. It's over there on the hard drive. Yeah.
Kenneth Williams Mark 14, Marco, CW Gordon 18, Joseph Wolf 17, Ted H 26. Dude, he shoots high every week.
Ted H doesn't give a fuck about me. Confirmed. All right. Miles Morales, number 39. Speaking of the boy. Sisterhood, Hyde Street, number 4. Powers 25, number 2. Flash, number 26.
I picked that one up actually. It's pretty good.
I'm very excited to read it. You read it?
I did. Yeah.
Nice. So it brings back Impulse. How was the script?
It has Wally talking about his kids. It is a Mark Waid Wally Flash book. And I mean that in a good way. That is a positive. I thought it was good.
Okay. New History of DC, number 4. Exquisite Corpses, number 6. Go listen to Tyler's talk with some of the Exquisite Corpses members. It was very good. Escape, number 3.
Nice.
Very excited. This is at the top of my stack. Lazarus Fallen, number 5. Oh. Yeah. Skinbreaker, number 2.
Oh, fuck. That was this week. Shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Invisible Man, number 3. Shout outs to Danny.
Yeah, it's funny. Cool. I can see the book, though.
Fantastic Four, number 4. And Murder Podcast, number 2.
Sick.
That's it.
So that 12 plus 8? 20?
Plus 7.
No, 8 because of Incursion.
8. 12 plus 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20. Who got that?
Did anyone? I don't remember seeing a 20. Well, Kenneth Williams, actually.
Oh, yeah. On the money.
Yeah, Kenneth Williams. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, Kenneth Williams. I did give away the Ultimates code to Eric Garza because he seems like he might need it. But any of the other codes that are Marvel based, you can have. So Fantastic Four, Miles, Ultimate Spider-Man, any of that stuff is yours, my friend. Let me know.
And I have it, so I'll shoot it in the chat too.
Oh, right, you do have it.
Oh yeah, sure.
I like that Kenneth Williams though said give that Ultimates to Eric. That's the kind of shit I like. That's very nice if you do.
Hell yeah.
But if you want Ultimates, I guess Marco can give it to you.
So. Yeah. So I'll share it in the Discord if anything. So all right. So I've showed off 9 already. Because I got DCKO. 9, and then Court, Children of the Round Table.
Oh.
I want to get to this one. Speed Racer. Nice. Tales from the Road.
Cool.
I did get Skinbreaker as well.
You didn't get the Treasury?
No, I couldn't find it. I think I don't know if
it's weird. It's a big book.
Well, it wasn't on display anywhere, so.
Forbidden Planet.
I also, yeah. Okay. I also got New History of the DC Universe. My boy Swamp Thing's right over there. Yo, look at that shit. It's crazy. I also got Escape.
Nice.
And Gaia. This is part of the AWA Futurific, the Protopias collection that I've been reading. So I'm excited for this one.
Is that about Mother Earth?
I don't know.
Okay.
It has to do near Earth's or near time
Near future
science.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, near future fiction. So is that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15.
Nice.
15.
Marco,
my numbers are going up, dude.
Marco, this is a question here from CW Gordon. I think you would be able to answer.
Okay.
Have y'all stopped doing pick of the month? Was rewatching a VOD, noticed one was missed a while ago. We haven't done it in a while, honestly.
No, we haven't actually, yeah.
Do you are you still doing those stats?
I have them. I actually didn't do it for this episode because I was doing that stream them thing in the background. So
did you have September's?
Let me see what I have.
Do you want to retroactively do September's real quick?
Oh my goodness.
See how good that memory is before Comic-Con. If you don't have the data, Marco, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just curious.
It's after 10. We got to
We'll do October. We'll do October.
Yeah, we'll do it next week, and we'll give you that.
Oh, that would be next week. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you as always. We will be here this Saturday at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. BJ Kixless, but the rest of your pals will be here having a blast as always. We hope you'll join us. Until then, take care, guys.